Take a look. It's January 30th, 2026. I am at Joel Pearl, thejoelpearl.com on Blue Sky, and it's time to get in the weeds. A fantastical Friday for everybody. We're going to kick it into high gear and bring it home and, I don't know, do all the stuff that people do on a Friday that make it a very exciting time. The Royal Rumble's upon us. Jeremy Lambert is here. He is declaring himself as number 36. And there you go. How you doing, pal?
36?
But aren't there 40 entrants this year in the Rumble?
No, that's the Battle Riot.
Oh, Court gave you a scoop without y'all noticing.
Yeah, I respect that Court did the old I gave you a scoop that you didn't know about, you know. Usually I'm the one doing that on this show, but for those that missed it, when Court was on yesterday, we mentioned that we had signed Gallows to Ring of Hallucinations, and he's like, oh, that's fine as long as I got Festus. And we were like, oh, okay, good joke, Festus, WWE gimmick, good one. And then come to find out, spoiler alert, everybody, Gallows appeared as Festus in the Battle Riot last night. So Court wanted the rights to Festus for a good reason, he did give us a little scoop. If you were paying attention, you got it, and if you weren't, you didn't. But I appreciate that Court did that.
I had a good chuckle when I saw our pal Jordan, who writes for the site. He was at the show posting some pictures, and Corey Hayes from Body Slam as well, putting the photo of Festus as one of the entrants. And I was just like, wait a minute. Court said Festus on the interview. I thought that was very cute of him. But looks like Battle Riot was a fun show. The spoilers are up on the website if you want. Otherwise, you can watch the show when it airs next week on the MLW YouTube channel. They did some matches for the Fusion tapings as well, which I know Court said he had alluded to some tapings going on for the Battle Riot tapings. They were going to do some Fusion stuff. So this is good stuff. I think MLW had a good night last night by the sounds of things.
Yeah, shout out to Jordan, who's one of our news writers. He was there. It seemed like a few people were there. You mentioned Corey from Body Slam was there as well. I saw some other people. I forgot.
Astrid,
yes, yeah. Her. That's what I was thinking of, and I couldn't remember. I feel like there was even a couple others that I saw on my timeline. Jake McCohen was another one.
Of course, he had a good time too with that show. He said so.
Yeah, so seemed like it was in Orlando. Pretty busy there in Orlando. It seemed like a good show. It'll air next week. I'm sure I'll be covering it, watching it, all that fun stuff. So we shall see.
The world of MLW never stops, as I've been told.
Yes, allegedly. Yeah.
We don't stop either. The show is 5 days a week, 10 a.m. Eastern. We're here. We're live. We're talking about God knows what for as long as we need to until we either hit 2 hours or we go beyond it. Today, SmackDown is on at noon Eastern, so we don't need to go too far past noon Eastern so that we can get SmackDown out of the way.
This show, I mean, we can go a little bit past noon. Nothing's going to happen on SmackDown.
Wait, are you suggesting we do an ITW SmackDown watch along?
No. I want to do a 3-hour watch along.
That sounds like hell. I already offered because I said to Kate, if Cresta can't do the post show for SmackDown at 3:00 this afternoon, I would do it because this 3:00 post shows are like a perfect time for me. It's the hour before my kid gets picked up, so I can either go long or go the hour, and like whoever's picking up the kid, whatever. Like we had the time, but Cresta's available, so Cresta and Kate are doing the post show at 3. But no, I don't think we're going to do a 3-hour watch along.
Okay. That's lame. I mean, we should still do a 3-hour watch along.
For what?
I don't know.
Does that count as your select show?
It. Yeah. I guess so. Could be. I guess I still need to do one of those, allegedly. Sean hasn't bugged me about it, so I'm like, if I'm not getting bugged about it, then I'm just wait. My select show for February is going to be a Super Bowl preview, and I just want to see what happens with that. But I'm gonna frame it as something else. That's gonna be the bit. Actually, is I'm gonna tell Sean that it's going. I'm gonna tell Sean that it's 2016 WWE Elimination Chamber review, retro review. It'd be cool. And so like that's how I promote it. And then you click it and you listen to it, and it's me previewing the Super Bowl.
That sounds exactly what I'd expect out of you. You know what? Instead of that, you should call it a Super Brawl review, and then people will be expecting Super Brawl, and you'll give them Super Bowl. That's the take you need to give them.
I would review Super Brawl. I kind of think reviewing like old WCW pay-per-views just very randomly, it might be what I end up doing because I just like old WCW pay-per-views. And so I don't know how many, like, I know we do like some retro reviews and stuff, but I don't know how many like WCW stuff we actually do. Like I want to review, if I'm going to do a review thing, which I feel like I should do a review thing, not necessarily because it is something I'd like to do, but I do this show 5 days a week. Like if I want to talk anything current, I'll just do it here. Like why am I going to do a podcast that like talks about current stuff? Like I don't know why I would do that. So like reviewing that kind of stuff would be much better, honestly.
Oh, I like Ryan Lambert's idea. Review random 90s and 2000s local indie shows. Shows you can't find unless you go to that one tape trader you shouldn't go to because they somehow got a copy of it.
Right.
That's the one. I'm going to find old Toronto wrestling from like 2006 where everyone's impersonating John Cena.
Full character review of Roman, but the one from Fast and Furious, you had Tyrese just reviewing his character from Fast and Furious. I like that.
Okay, we got a lot of ideas here for this.
We always have ideas. It's just a matter of like me actually doing stuff.
And the problem is like, so Kate and Alex do the whole like wrestling movies things, like the reviews of.
Yeah, they stole that from me and Joseph. Like
that's true.
Yeah, we started that, and I like how Chi-Town Spurs is like this is Holbert's lane. It's like this was our lane before it was just his. Like we always did 90s WCW. Review the Monster. Joseph and I did that. Like we reviews a lot of this stuff. Every good idea that this brand, Fightful being the brand, has ever had came from the Distraction.
It's kind of upsetting in a way. Like this channel was born out of the Distraction getting a channel of its own, and then they broke off and did their own thing. But here we are. We're still here for some reason.
Yeah, no idea why.
Well, you know why. We had to. Anyway, you know what? It's been a few minutes. It's been 8 minutes. So go ahead, leave a thumbs up on the video if you haven't already. We'd appreciate it. It goes very far. Fastest the fireworks have ever come for me. And while you're at it, you can also donate a super chat. Any might get your question or your statement read on the air. And we appreciate when y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel, tell your friends about it, share the videos, do it however you want, as long as you do it right now or after the show. Or if you're watching now and it's not live, pause it, say this rules, and leave comments. Engage with the show. Don't be like that one guy who was like, LOL 2 hours ? And it was on the Evil episode from Wednesday. I was like, yeah, man, it's a morning show. We talk about literally everything. We
probably spent like 5 minutes on Evil.
Yeah, it was a slow news day. What do you want from my life? The best thing to come out of Wednesday's show was the CM Punk showcase mode in 2K26. I wasn't going to change the entire thumbnail for that thing. I took a clip from it. I was like, just watch the show. Shut your mouth. It's fine. Don't critique the show if you've never done 4 hours of podcasting on one day or whatever. You're not allowed to critique this show unless, what was my rule? It was like you've had to do like 10 hours of podcasting a week. That's the only way you're allowed. You can give your opinion on the show, but you're not allowed to give your criticisms or your critiques unless you've done 10 hours of podcasting a week. That's right. Quinn Moose Lambert over here. You got a banner for today? I do, actually. It's nothing like fun. I mean, I guess it's fun. Enter the ITW Rumble, everybody. So at about 11:30, this show's not going to be much of anything because like a half hour, the final half hour is just going to be dedicated to the ITW Rumble. So at about 11:30, we will draw the numbers and everything. But there are three.
There we go. Free spots available thanks to Lab Glass, Ryan Sullivan, and C Delgado gave free spots. So there are 3 spots available. If you have not entered, if you have not paid for an entry, you can get into a potential free spot. Just if you're here, put I declare for the ITW Rumble. Like if you only have 3 people enter for the free spot, then y'all 3 get the spots. So that's how this is gonna work. I guess if we only have 2 people enter, we got to figure out a way to get a 3rd spot in here. Maybe I'll take the 3rd spot and just give myself an entry into the realm. Now we've already got 2 people. Okay, we've got 2 people. So Michael and Zach have entered into 2 of the 3.
Oh, they're all going after it. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured we would have more than 3.
You know who we should you know who we should gift it to? We should gift it to Steve Maclin. He's a little down on his luck.
He didn't answer me, so no.
He didn't answer me either.
That would be very funny if we like gifted it to Maclin and he won, and I got to message him and I'm like, "Hey, you won the Rumble. Can we buy you something off a TNA shop?"
Can we buy you your own shirt?
Yeah, we just buy Maclin his own shirt and send it to him.
Clearance now.
That's the bit. All right, let me make sure I got everybody. So I've got Michael Spinks, Zach, we're struggling, buddy. We're struggling. I hope you're well. Things aren't. We got to get AJ and Dub back, man. We suck right now. But I feel Michael Spikes. I'm sorry, not Michael Spinks. I'm not too concerned. I feel like we'll pick it back up. But man, it's last few games have been a drag. They have suck as well. All my teams suck now. The high from November and December and most of January is well, not really it. Like mid-January is when everyone started to suck. So the high from October, November, December is definitely gone. All right, so we got Michael, we got Zach, I got you Jose, I got you Alexa Bliss, Sofa Kit. Who else do we have? You can't declare twice. Michael.
We got Luis here. We got Luis here sending a super chat.
Well, we appreciate the super chat, but all of our paid spots are full, Luis. So you just gave us your money. We appreciate it. Luis is on timeout, so he should give all the money. Every time I put Luis on timeout, he should have to donate to this show. We'd be so rich. Luis is on timeout like every day.
It's true. Luis, you gotta pick up that internet, pal. You gotta get that fast internet that doesn't lag every 3 hours of information you get.
Well, you've had 3 days to enter the Rumble. We open this up. We open this up on like Tuesday, maybe Monday. All right, so I got draws. I got D Train. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up here. Yeah, I'm laying the breadcrumbs for this game. Scott Jordan, didn't you enter? Didn't you pay for a spot, Scott? Maybe not. Maybe maybe you didn't. Now that I'm looking, I don't see you.
2 spots now.
All right. Well, I mean, we're not going to do that. You can't have 2 spots unless Louis did mention. I'll put you in the free spot, Luis. But again, there's no guarantee that you're getting in because we've already gotten our 30 paid spots. Louis did mention like, what if I have a burner and can enter twice? Like, I don't know what your burner is. I don't care man. If that's what you want to do.
Your money. You can pay whatever you want to get in on this gimmick. Point is, you did it.
Yeah.
Paid for it. You did it with your own plans.
Should I just enter Maclin into the random one of the free spots and see if his name gets picked?
Dude, I'm telling you, yes.
All right. Well, I want to be fair. I want to be fair to our audience because like I don't want Maclin to get a spot that could legitimately go to like somebody in our chat and in our audience. Like I don't think that's fair to them. So all right, that's going to be the poll question for today, everybody. We'll leave it up to the audience, which is bad because everybody's going to vote yes because they respect bits on this show, and I respect that. The poll question is going to be should Maclin enter the ITW Rumble? He's not guaranteed an entry, but he'll be entered into the free drawing. Should Maclin enter ITW Rumble? Yes or no? He's jobless right now.
Well, apparently on his Instagram, C. Delgado says he's been posting screenshots of AEW mentions. That started last night, and he's still doing it today. Come on, man, commit to the bid. Good for you. He
Okay.
says this is also my burner.
All right, I've got Luis. Where who
Oh
else
hell
is
yeah,
here?
live glass saying I completely condone Maclin getting a spot in the Rumble free pick.
Okay, all right. I mean, Lab Glass did. Well, I'll take Lab Glass's opinion and suggestion over anybody's, considering what he donated earlier this week. So
Yeah. So
you know
once
what?
again, you have to do 10 hours of podcasting or buy influence. Those are the two ways in which you get your spots. Just letting you know.
People are entering on behalf of Macklin, so yeah, everybody's gonna vote yes, which is
I love this
which
stupid
is
show.
fun. All right, I think I've got everybody. So I'm gonna run this down again because I don't want to miss anybody. I've got Michael Spikes, Zach, Jose, Alexa Bliss, Gamer. Not the actual Alexa Bliss, although maybe I don't know.
Could be a
So
burner.
yeah, Sofa Kit, Draws, D Train, Scott, and Luis are the names I have for the. Oh, and Macklin. I'm gonna go ahead and just put him there because I feel like everybody's gonna. Oh, so that's who I have. If I missed you, please post again to make sure I get you. And if I haven't gotten you and you would like to enter, just post.
There we go. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have the best of times. We're gonna have a better time than Steve Maclin's having right now.
Yeah, he's fired. If he loses the free spot, he gets fired from the show.
We never have him back on. I mean, listen, doesn't take much for that one to happen. Although we do want to have him and Deanna back on when it gets closer to their Heroes of Wrestling show that they're co-promoting in June. So that's the plan, at least. It would be nice to bring them back.
Well, that's gonna be Madeleine's only job at that point. So
I mean, he knows
he's a promoter now.
He's been offered the weekend spot on this show. We've given, like, I've publicly offered it to him multiple times. We've publicly offered it to him on this show. I've done it in interviews.
Okay.
I've offered it to him. I think we've offered it to Bishop Dyer. I've offered it to Evil Uno. He immediately said no. I've offered it to several people. And you know what? I'm gonna keep offering it to other wrestlers. It'll be good.
Nobody wants to do the weekend in the weeds. I don't blame them.
Cannot blame them. So, what do you think of that wrestling on the weekend? That's fine. Or
ITW fucker fired.
I feel like there are HR violations in play there. Was Paul London and the Squirrels? Did they show up in the Battle Riot? Were the Squirrels there? I know Paul was in there, but
I don't know if the Squirrels were. I was gonna ask a court about the Squirrels having a spot yesterday, but then we got sidetracked because we always get sidetracked on this show. And court was a lot of fun, and I was trying to get Danny McBride on the show yesterday.
That was very funny.
Yeah.
So two things. One, he was outside again, and we didn't have a gator sighting, even though they were in California or in Florida this time. That would have been the perfect spot for a gator. That's the first one. And number two, y'all didn't ask about the Bishop Dyer and AEW stuff.
Oh yeah, that kind of skipped my mind. Honestly.
Damn, man.
We probably should have brought it up in some capacity, but I don't know. We learned that friggin' the Punjabi prison started as a FMW death match. So
that was very funny. I love that blew SP3's mind.
Yeah, that was the big news coming out of that, which I gotta write about. Unfortunately, I was so tired. So Nick Khan hates me how much I say I'm tired. There's a lot going on, but I'll get to it. It'll happen.
I'm sure you will.
Maybe.
Volop saying, paying for Steve to give us an exclusive today. If not that, then someone has to get a spot in the ITW Rumble. And if not that, then I don't know. For being nice, sure. Well, thank you for the super chat. We've offered Maclin. We've offered him to come on the show today. He knows he's always welcome. He has the link. He can hop in. He could. You know what would be very funny if the firing had happened months ago and we just haven't seen him publicly, and Steve Maclin shows up on this show and he's got a big fucking beard. He's just disheveled. Hey guys, I'm not doing so great. That's what I need.
I mean, he should show up on this show. I don't know. It plays into the bit. I mean, the story that he got fired.
That's right.
TNA can't get mad at him. He's been fired. Be like, what do you guys want me to do? I am fired.
Come here and air your grievances, Steve. This is the place. This is the time don't worry, there's nobody watching. It's just us, like 100+ people every live day. Anyway, it's fine. But like, don't worry, you can come and do this. No one's gonna be watching, paying attention. So Mike Gilbert, who does TNA stuff on his own, he's great. Does Brace for Impact. He and I keep up and we chat throughout the days. And someone from, I think, his Discord sent a message that said "Hometown Marine," and now I'm like, oh crap. That's exactly what they'll do. Every time someone retires and gets fired in that company, I now revert to hometown something. When Sammy died, when Sammy retired, Sammy Callahan, I was like, he's gonna come back as like hometown death machine or something like that. And so now, hometown Marine is perfect.
I do like hometown Marine. Yeah, of course, Ring of Hallucinations will hire hire Maclin. Maclin's very much up our alley. If you saw the interview we did with him, we get Maclin in trouble for the ideas he pitches and for the jokes he makes. So,
how are we bigger troublemakers for him than anybody else? I'll never get it.
That's because like he's always just had a good sense of humor with us, and you know he does have a very good sense of humor. He's very much up our alley with the way he views things, and that's probably not a good thing when you're employed by people that care about that stuff. Fortunately. Our bosses don't, so they're like, yeah, sure, whatever, pitch your dumbass ideas on the show as long as people know you're joking. I remember when Sean didn't yell at me, but when I did the SmackDown review show, and he was like, you're too sarcastic, you need to be more serious. And I'm like, I can't do this if I have to be more serious. Like I have to be sarcastic. Not that I don't care about wrestling enough, but like I'm not attached enough to this, and I like making jokes about it. It's wrestling. It's silly. Like, you know, like there is some serious stuff, and when it's time to be serious and when it's time to like critique things, sure. But I don't like being serious when it comes to this stuff. It's way more fun to just crack jokes and be like, yeah, like, you know, let's do I was watching PWG and they're doing the thumb up the butt spots and everything. And you know, longtime PWG fans will recognize that. But you know, the slow motion I should review PWG. That should be my select show. Because I haven't seen like a ton of that stuff outside of just like select matches. So maybe I'll review PWG, but like why do I want to like do serious stuff? That's so fun. Yeah, Sean tries to make me corporate wrestling review guy.
You should get you in a suit doing reviews.
I've worn a suit a few times.
I know. I was there at the wedding.
Well, yeah, I'm saying like on the show.
So. Oh yes.
Yeah, I've worn the suit a few times. I don't think I was serious. It was as a bit, as everything is. Like I don't have the energy to be serious when it comes to wrestling, though. You know what I mean? Like, I respect this. Takes nothing away from the performers. I respect, you know, everybody who does this. It is a very serious sport, and they take it very serious, and they should. It's their job. It's their livelihood. But like, it's also a television show, and dumb shit happens, and I much more appreciate that than we got to do this serious thing, and you know everything is life or death. It's like it's not no, it's your weekly performance art television show. It's cool. But you know, because the people who think like what they see on television is life and death, then those are the same people that get mad, and I think rightfully so, get mad of like the fan attachment on stuff. Is like, how can you know, the parasocial relationship stuff is like, oh man, like you did this and I was so like captivated and like I related to this so much, and like that's fine, but then some fans take it to the extreme of what they do, and so yeah, like I never want to be that person to where I get so attached and think that they're not humans and that they don't have a sense of humor and that they don't have another life when the camera stops rolling to where I'm going to get like, this is all so serious business.
Sorry, I just read the fucking weirdest headline ever. Djokovic
Okay.
Djokovic will play Alcatraz in Australian Open final after defeating Sinner in marathon match. For the record, Alcatraz and Sinner are the names of other tennis players in this tournament. But for Novak Djokovic to have to play those two men back
It's
to
not
back,
Alcatraz though.
oh,
It's
Alcaraz. I
Alcaraz.
like this better.
Yeah, I was about to say. I don't think it's
Alcaraz.
Alcatraz. Yeah, I think it's said like Alcaraz. I don't know. I don't watch
It's
too
probably
much
Alcaraz.
tennis.
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah,
Alcaraz. But I was just like Alcatraz.
yeah, it's not Alcatraz.
I'm not even dyslexic.
Yeah, I was watching some. I was watching some of that because I saw that it was still on, and like I have some bets on tennis. But yeah, I saw that it was still on, and the I don't keep up with tennis too much. Like I watched when like Nadal and Djokovic were like at the top of their games. Now Novak's a little bit older and everything, but like he's still good. And I know Alcaraz is I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but like I know he's like he's fantastic. I've watched a handful of his matches, but I'll watch tennis when it's like a major event because I do like, as I always say, like I like watching the best of the best. If there's like a title on the line or if it's like a major tournament, I like watching that stuff because you know you're getting the best performances out of everybody. And tennis is like very fun when you can actually like watch and get captivated by it, and it is like the top people like battling it out. So yeah, I caught some of that game today. It was a really good game,
Well, I did not, clearly.
or
Last time I
match
was
or set or
or
whatever.
match. It's a match. Matches are for wrestling. Last time I saw Australian Open was when I was in Australia, and I wasn't even there. I was just in Melbourne where the matches were happening, and we happened to stop over for an overnight. And they were like, "No, you can't go to the matches." I'm like, "Why not?" They're like, "You won't have time." I'm like, "We have an overnight." Like, well, here's the funny thing about that: they have an overnight, being the guests. You, the crew, you have to be back on board at 7 o'clock because we have to do a show. And I'm like, for whom? For the people who are on the boat. There aren't any people on the boat. They've gone off the ship for the night. Some of them got a hotel. Some of them are just going out late. Why are we doing a show? Because you have to entertain people on the ship. You never know who's on board. I'm like, turn on a movie in the theater. Have a games night. You don't need the band to perform live for 5 people. If I wanted to do that, I could just make an originals band and perform at the local bar at midnight and make no money. Why are we doing this? Let me go to the matches. They were like, well, part of your contract. I was like, oh, fuck this place.
Joel trying to run from the grind once again so he could go watch tennis.
I didn't even want to go watch tennis. I just wanted to not have to work on to an empty room. No one likes that. Joel loves purposely mispronouncing foreign names. Well, cruises don't stink. They're just fun when you get paid to be on them, not going on them.
You stepped on my empty room joke. I was gonna be like, well, now you know what it is to feel like a TNA wrestler. But
So last night, I put my kid down for bedtime, and as I usually do, I turn on the camera, the monitor, and like I just watch, make sure that the kid's okay, and blah blah blah. And it sits here on my desk. I've got it on a thing, and Jeremy messages me and is like,
yeah, my bad, everybody.
It's like, is TNA still running an hour early in Canada? Here's the thing. We didn't have a proper answer to this question because when TNA started airing on AMC, it was live. And you can't exactly time machine your way into an hour earlier when everything's on 9 to 11. So I was under the impression that Rogers Sportsnet here in Canada was going to be airing TNA Impact from 9 to 11 Eastern every Thursday moving forward once AMC debut started. Well, this was the first week where the show was taped. And Jeremy messages me and asks that question. And I go to my Sportsnet app and I'm like, holy shit, the show just started. It's 8:15. And I click it and I'm like, let's make sure. And the system are standing in the ring cutting a promo. And I'm like, oh my God, the show is now 8 to 10 Eastern when it's taped. I am so happy. I'm so happy because this means if I really want to, some weeks I will, some weeks I won't, I could do my post shows. I'll just go solo because Cresta doesn't have access to the Canadian feed. And also, this could end literally like by next week. Someone could call Rogers from TNA and be
Yeah,
like,
they've
"Oh."
pointed it out now. So now they're like, fuck this.
It
It's
wasn't just
supposed to
us. Like
be.
multiple people pointed out.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know it wasn't like just us, but the thing is like it's escaped pocket now. It's not just a little known thing of like, two or three people know and they're watching. Like, yeah, now everyone knows. So
I don't think that Sportsnet cares. They might have. They usually air that, and then it goes into UFC countdown or some other UFC titled show. Like, it's not like they have a Sports Center to show after Impact. There's not. I don't think there's anything before 11 o'clock that justifies them not airing the show 9 to 11. So it could be. Like I said, it could be over next week. They could go back to 9 to 11 starting then, or they could be like, well, we're still going to air 8 to 10 because we've already set our programming schedule and we're not changing it. And the live episodes can be 9 to 11 as agreed upon. If that's the case, perfect. I can't do anything about live episodes, but yeah, that might be what we do. So I watched the episode and it was pretty good. But the big story was, of course, Steve Maclin got the fired briefcase. And now we're all sad. Because Trey Miguel didn't get the fired briefcase.
I'd be happy if Maclin just came on the show to explain it. Then otherwise, yeah, it's a little sad that Maclin got fired.
I mean, by the way, Xeno Hour, this is every day. Y'all are spoiling yourselves, but it's okay.
Oh yeah, I'm about to watch SmackDown here in an hour and a half and spoil it completely. I'm gonna get my coverage done and not have to do anything tonight. I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna do stuff tonight because let's face it, I there's always something to do. But yeah, I'm more than happy to watch these shows earlier than if they're available earlier. I will watch them earlier.
Yeah, and also, I'm also in the midst of being sick. I have a cold. I didn't mention it last night's show, but yeah, I was definitely doing it as I was just kind of like in the fog of feeling like garbage. But show was good. I mean, again, for a taped show, they cleaned up some stuff, and there was some stuff that was really good and some stuff that was really stupid. The feast, it was all built around the reveals for the briefcases. We already knew half of them. We already knew Trey was getting a national title. We already knew Ed Edwards was getting the world title. We just didn't know if it was EY or Maclin getting the fired briefcase. I was arguing that like EY getting fired would make more sense if they wanted to turn that into an angle, but Maclin getting fired also makes sense if they want to turn it into an angle. I wish they had done it with Trey, and then we could say the WBD stuff got all sorted out and he was going back to AEW, but it doesn't look like that, at least for the moment. But it was good. The reveals made sense. I like that they're distancing Maclin and EY from the international titles. EY got the X Division title match, which I hope Leon Slater doesn't drop the X Division title to Eric Young, all 500 years old of him. But at the same time, if WWE comes calling, well, he'll drop it to whoever they tell him to drop it to, and that'll be that. But yeah, Maclin's a big old loser. Got the fired briefcase. Couldn't get a world title shot. Couldn't get any title shot. Had 3 out of 4 chances, and he got the loser spot.
I still don't understand the point of this match of like, let's willingly fire somebody, or like people grab a briefcase. Like, oh, now I get a title shot. Like, everyone gets a title shot on these shows. Just attack somebody. What do you need to get a briefcase where you might get fired for? Maclin should just show up and attack Santana. I know it'll be fine. Santana will be like, "Don't fire him. I gotta beat him and make this right." And then he's back in the company.
Brother, they are doing 3 stories that are based on thinking with your heart and not with your brain. 3 separate.
Listen to your heart.
So, by the way, you were also subjected to my show notes last night. I hope you enjoyed that. But yeah, they're doing 3 separate stories where the same thing is you're thinking with your heart and not with your head. They're doing that with Santana, with the whole his daughter with Nick Nemeth. They're doing that with Santino and Ariana and the SWAT. And then they're doing that with the Alicia Edwards and Ed Edwards story, which is ridiculous. So that is an ongoing kind of stupid issue that they've run themselves into. Are you talking to cat or person?
Cat. I'm trying to get my cat to come over here and come hang out. Come here. Hey, Dum Dum. Hey, come here. much more entertaining than talking about TNA. Come on now, who can
Fair.
care about these? Listen to
That's why I brought it up.
these segments of listen to. I saw that like Ariana Grace was like mad at Stacks and was like, you got to do things the right way. I was like, what?
Yeah, this
This progression just feels off. Like she just turned like 2 weeks ago, and now she's doing this.
I'm telling you, they're going to do exactly what you think they're going to do. It's going to either end with her leaving both of them, or it's going to end with her siding with her man. And you know who else is going to side with her man? Alicia Edwards. So the same fucking story about heart over head is going to resolve in the same answer, which is you go with the original. It's back to square one.
Look, the cat is an idiot. Okay. I would call the cat a dummy because the cat is a dummy. Cat throws up all the time. He just has maybe like half a brain cell. Love her to death. Great cat for the most part, except for all the throwing up all the time. But she's a dummy. She's a little dum-dum.
Anyway,
dum-dums can be lovable.
True. Watch the main event. Watch the Rich Swann.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Francis match. It was very good.
Yeah,
I do recommend it. But other than that, again, if you want to watch the whole show, go ahead. But otherwise, main event was worth it. The system opening promo is fine, and and Feast or Fired, you already know who's got what because we just told you.
Yeah, I apologize, Jules. I'm not trying to make Jules upset that I call the cat a dum-dum.
Listen, I'm fine.
I say it lovingly.
Yeah. And it's not like you're, God forbid you're physically doing something to the cat.
No, absolutely not. No. I'm trying to get her to, come up here and hang out. Usually, and people have probably seen the pictures. I've posted a few of them, but if I'm in bed, like working at my computer in front of me, because I don't like sitting at my desk all day, and like it's pretty easy for me to work from bed. And the cat will like lay on my chest or like get in front of my computer to prevent me from working. Oh, Jules just worked me. Okay, she's like, oh my God, stupid.
Jeremy, you're thinking too much with your heart instead of your head.
I thought I like offended Jules. I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to offend anybody. So okay. Good job, Jules. You got me. But yeah, like the cat is very loving, but the cat's also like a little dummy. So just like looking off into the void right now.
As they should.
What are we talking about? TNA? Who could possibly care?
That's fair. And Luis is like, why are they doing TNA tension with Stax and Ariana? Because they don't have a taping schedule that aligns with NXT's. So good luck with that. That's always the big problem, is that they don't talk to each other. One puts something in the can and the other's like, well, we're live every week, so whether you like it or not, we're gonna continue our story. And if it doesn't line up with your stupid show, who cares? It's very funny.
Okay.
Yes.
It's TNA. I like your show notes are actually really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Joel sent me his notes so I could like do results early, and so I didn't have to stay up until 11 to watch the results. I probably could have found like a feed of the Canadian version on one of the million watch wrestling websites, but I didn't look hard enough. So I appreciate that you sent me your show notes. And yeah, Joel takes good. For all the people who think like Joel is not a match guy because he just calls everything fine. Like when Joel is actually locked in to stuff, I don't know how locked in you are to like AEW. I don't know if you're doing other stuff because like you're taking show notes, you're doing TNA show notes, but like Joel actually like takes really good notes and has like well thought out thoughts and pays attention to all of this stuff. Yeah, maybe AEW you just don't care as much. But
I mean, the trick is, I get paid for one of these things.
Yeah,
the
fair.
other one, I do not. Well, no, I do. It's a different structure. When we're doing shows like this one, it's not a post show, and we've never wanted it to be that way. We just kind of like we talk about it, and we talk about the beats more than we talk about.
Talk about it.
Talk about it.
Trick Williams.
And then let's change the topic altogether. but that's the difference. Is like when I have to do Raw was another one. I did the Raw post show this past week as well, and that I had to take notes and I had to make sure that I had my shit down because I'm talking about the show to the nth degree. And then afterwards, I can come on this show and let's talk about it, and then proceed not to talk about
He didn't pay me anything to say this. I'll say nice things about Joel sometimes. Then I'll immediately destroy the tapes. So
Fair.
it doesn't actually exist.
$50 a compliment. That's true. Thanks, Lawrence. Oh man. I speaking of AEW, I think I'm gonna try to go to Dynasty.
Why? No, I'm kidding. It's okay.
So no, that's you know what? Actually, that's a fair question because first of all, Dynasty is in Vancouver.
It's in Vancouver. Yeah, it's the other side of Canada.
Other side of the country. So I'm obviously not going to Vegas. Sean is making a big deal about going this year and he wants to go. And I'll be perfectly honest, with everything going on in the US right now, I don't really
who the fuck wants to be here?
I really want to go there. And you know what? Like, listen, your country, your situation, I support my friends and I support that they want things to be better. But I can't be there with all the shit that's going on. And there's a lot of really disgusting shit going on in the US right now. So I'm not thinking of going to the States anytime soon. I thought 18 months after midterms would be kind of my beginning of whether or not I would test the waters again. And we're going closer to not going than I am going back to the States. Regardless, AEW is coming to Vancouver, and that's an easier trek given, you know, where else they go to travel for shows. It's a pay-per-view. It's on the West Coast, which is also advantageous because it means the show starts at like 4:00 in the afternoon there, which means it's done by 10:00.
4:00 in the morning here.
So this is basically what I'm thinking about. I would go in on Saturday morning. There's a plane that leaves Toronto. If a plane leaves Toronto at 8:00 anyway, the plane leaves in the morning. It's like a 7 or 8 a.m. flight. It gets in at 10 in the morning, local Vancouver. And I would basically just get my hotel, put my bags down, and I go straight to Mystery Wrestling because they're running a show Saturday afternoon. And I go right there, do some interviews, hang out with the crew there because I love the Mystery Wrestling crew. And then I'd probably go to the Tokyo Joshi Pro Show afterwards because there are a few women from the Canadian scene that I probably want to talk to as well. And then chill out for Saturday night. Sunday, I wouldn't have any commitments unless I book some interviews if I can before Dynasty. Yeah, not Dynamite, Dynasty. Do the show, get the clips, get all the engagement, do the press conference. And then there's a flight that leaves Vancouver at like midnight. So like I would just book it to the airport with my bags and hop on a flight, take the red eye, be home by Monday morning at 7 a.m. And that's it. It's stupid. It's stupid, but there's a reason I want to do this, and I've said it here, and I'll say it again. I want to shine a light on Canadian independent wrestling. I want to continue to do that. I think that's something that deserves to be done. I'm going to watch C4 again on February 19th. They're doing that all women's show. There are going to be plenty of women who are working the independent scene in Canada, who are Canadian, that deserve to have those opportunities to tell their story and to build what they're working on. And I want to continue to put that emphasis there. And there's so many other companies that are running in the West as well that I'd love to take a shot at. And AEW just happens to be coming. So more wrestling people are going to be out in the woodwork because of that and taking opportunities. And I would like to hopefully, talk to some of those people. So that's kind of my mindset. And it's not every day that a pay-per-view comes to Canada. And when they do, it's nice to have the chance to go and talk about it and be there. So that's kind of the plan. And it sounds insane, but the flights are also like sub $200 return Canadian, which is stupid. So that's what we're looking at.
All right. So we've got 3 months or so to come up with a good question for Tony Khan.
Yes, right? Actually, we will absolutely be workshopping good questions for Tony.
Okay. All right.
Yes. And anyone else on that presser. It will happen.
I want to get Ricochet on this show for a number of reasons, but I want him to do the interview as Tony Khan. He's hilarious with the Tony Khan burner bit. So we should try to do that.
I'm all about it. Oh man. Yeah, so that could be a fun few days. It'd be a whirlwind. I wouldn't even know what happened, but I would basically touch down as Sean Ross Sapp is about to go to Vegas. That's effectively what I'm looking at doing. Gonna crisscross the globe with this guy. Ricochet.
Crisscross applesauce.
Bliss cross applesauce. I believe
Bliss cross. Well, it was also crisscross applesauce. That was like the original, right?
Yes, there was crisscross. Yeah, they were a band. They dressed in backwards clothes.
Yeah, they make you jump and jump.
Jose saying, Tony Khan, what happened with Trey Miguel? I mean, that is honestly, if no one has asked by April, first of all, that is a huge negligent part of our media community. I assume he will have answered a question or two about it before Dynasty, but if for any reason he hasn't, yes, your boy
Yeah.
will absolutely ask that question, because there's no reason why that wouldn't be brought up like as early as Revolution, which like right now, Tony's not doing much.
Yeah, he hasn't done any like media
Yeah.
since then. So
I don't know if they're doing anything for Grand Slam Australia on the ground. I assume they'll do some stuff, but yeah, again,
oh
well,
yeah,
I'm
that's
sure
a
he's going to
show.
be asked about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine he'll get asked about it way before then.
Yeah, I was thinking about that last night. I was like, why hasn't anyone asked Trey about Trey? And I was like, oh right, because he hasn't had to be asked about Trey in a
Yeah,
public
he
forum.
is. I haven't seen a single Tony Khan interview since everything kind of went down. So I imagine, and if he's not gonna do an interview, then you don't have really an opportunity to ask about it. So he'll do. I imagine he'll do something in Australia, and then yeah, there will be the Revolution pre-media call and the Revolution post-show, and then the uh Dynasty pre-media call as well, and before even the Dynasty post show. So I would imagine somebody's gonna ask about it before then. But it might be like a dead story before then, because that's that's the problem is like if you don't get asked about it within that first week because you're not doing media or anything, by the second week, like there's another topic that is just kind of taking precedent, and it's just kind of like an out of sight, out of mind type thing. So, but I would imagine that he'll get asked about it in Australia when he's doing some media. The fact that they got like nothing announced for this Australian show, you get a contenders match between people, maybe Andrade, maybe Kenny Omega, maybe Hangman, maybe Samoa Joe if he's cleared. Like, you're getting top guys in the match. You just don't know who yet. And you maybe get Brody King and MJF. Otherwise, you don't know what you're getting on this show. It's
How are the tickets though?
What's up?
How are the ticket sales? I'm looking.
I don't think they've
right
been
now.
good. I think Dave recently pointed out that they're kind of it's very undersold.
It is very undersold. I'm looking at the maps. And I don't know if WrestleTix can scrape this one because it's not Ticketmaster. So I don't know if they put together a Python to scrape it, but it's a lot of open spots.
Yeah. Well, again, they haven't. I saw MJF doing some like Australian media, so there's at least that. But you probably I saw or read that they don't have their TV deal in Australia anymore, so that's probably like not helpful. That like you're kind of out of sight, out of mind on that point, unless you're like really locked in and paying attention. But like not announcing anything for this show and you're 2 weeks out kind of feels like a miss with this stuff. Like you should probably get something, at least something, so people know who's going. Like you don't even know Toni Storm's going to be on this show. You would imagine she'd be on this show, but yeah, there's nothing official. If she's on this show, you don't know what the hell she's doing. So
She's going to face Marina Shafir in a milk off. In a Mimosa Mayhem milk
that
off.
doesn't sound. I was watching the South Park, the Streaming Wars episode. I guess it's a special more than an episode. It's an episode, but like, and for those that haven't seen it or whatever, like it's Streaming Wars because all the streaming services, but like their version of streaming is like river streams and stuff. Like, oh, we got to race our boat down the river stream, and there's like a dam in the way, and like, and then they have to like pee and everything. It's South Park, but the way they fund the streaming is with fake breast, and so they pump the fake breast. And so that's how they get more streaming going. So your milk off just reminded me of that. They're just gonna drain for the streaming.
I mean, this is something they would do.
I have nipples, Greg. You can milk me.
We have the stupidest show in the morning. It's yeah, it's really strange that they have this Australia show. It's not being as promoted, maybe because last year when they ran it, it was almost over promoted to the point where people thought it was going to be almost pay-per-view quality, and the show was good and it did really well in the end. Once they moved the venue, once they moved from like the large stadium to a more capable venue, and they filled it pretty well, it ended up being, a good show that people enjoyed. And this time it's like, well, we're going to try it again, but it feels like whatever plans there were to try again, they didn't get the promotion of it right. And we're the 2 weeks off from the show. It's the 15th of February. So the hope is like they can pick it up, and 14th. So it's Valentine's Day. That's the other thing too.
They do have their House Rules show on the 15th. So it's two shows.
So there you go. You gotta sell both shows.
Yeah.
And you got to make the House Rules show something special too. Like, I mean, you want to.
I don't think I think people know like the House Rules. The show is just like it's
do a big title change. The House Rules show. That all those house shows that AEW runs, you're gonna want to be there. Wait a minute. When was the last time? Anyway, yeah, it just it would be nice if they put the emphasis there, because it's not like they have another pay-per-view until March 15th when they're doing Revolution. So they have a month in between those two shows, and then they've got another month between Dynasty and Revolution. Like they've got these 3-4 week paths that they don't seem to be taking as much advantage of. And I understand, like, you want to make every Dynamite more like important, or at least something you want to tune in and watch, but like you got to build to something, or at least have something that people can look forward to while still looking forward to the episode of Dynamite that week. Do you make sense?
I think they'll have matches announced, but we'll know this upcoming week if like Brody and MJF is actually on the show, because the Eliminator match is this week, and I think we'll get more clarification on like what the number one contenders match will be. For the TV audience, like, that's fine. It's Collision for the TV audience. Gray's asking if they'll have NBA lead-in. No, it's just at the normal 8 o'clock time slot on Collision on Saturday. Like that's when it's going to air. So yeah, for the TV audience here in America or Canada or wherever, like, it's just a Collision show. Like you should maybe do something a little bit more because it feels a little bit more. And so like that's one thing, but it doesn't have to feel like a big show for us. Like, it should feel like a big show when you're going overseas though, and you got tickets to sell. Like, that's the audience that matters on this. Like, you can put whatever on this show for most of the fans and be like, okay, well, we were gonna watch Collision anyway, so we'll watch this. If you give us something a little bit extra, fine. But like, you don't need to know that 3 weeks in advance. You're not paying anything for this show. You're watching Collision. Like, you might get more excited if there's a bigger match, but again, that's not something you need to know 3 weeks in advance. But for a paying audience where you only go to Australia once a year, it would help if you have some matches there and some matches announced, because unlike when like WWE goes over with these shows, one, I think they announce things a little bit, especially if it's a PLE, they announce things a little bit more in advance. But when it comes to WWE going over there, like, people have just kind of, unfortunately, almost accepted what they're getting with these WWE shows. It's like, all right, well, I'm going to get 5 matches, maybe 6. Hopefully it's stuff I'm interested in. And if not, I won't buy a ticket. But, I want to see the big stars. But they're not as much attached to, like, oh, if Roman Reigns is there, if Cody Rhodes is there. Like, the WWE brand sells a lot, where the AEW brand doesn't have that much. I think the AEW brand sells, but it doesn't sell like the WWE brand. That's just, challenger brand and all that stuff.
Happen. Yeah.
Yeah, but like most of the AEW fans, like, they want to know what kind of match they are getting. Like, am I going to get like this person in a match or that person in a match and stuff like that, where WWE fans are like, all right, if Roman's there, cool. If Cody's there, cool. If CM Punk's there, cool. Like, you're probably going to get one of those 3 anyway, but they're just like happy to be at a WWE show.
It's one of the, it is the WWE show. It is just the big time of it, you think you're, especially if it's TV, you're getting that like the big production. And it's not that AEW doesn't do a big production. It's just with WWE, it's so polished, and we've talked about this. It's such an experience compared to other wrestling that you see that like you're almost there for the whole event. It's the circus comes to town. Whereas when AEW comes to town, like it's the shows are good by and large. The wrestling is good by and large. But like you said, they don't necessarily have the star power that brings people out. And they're building those stars. They are. And you're not going to catch up to WWE that has, a 70-year run ahead of you. You are in year 7 of your product in a business that is not as hot as it was even 3 years ago. But you need to find that consistency, whether that's in your storytelling or your build or your promotion. Like there's got to be a way to build this company to the point where you're not having conversations like this. And it's kind of a down point when it comes to AEW is how are they promoting the shows that they put on to a more logical way.
Well, it's not even necessarily that, because like I think they're building this in a logical way. But again, when you're talking about these special shows, people complain about this with the pay-per-views, the AEW pay-per-views as well. If there's not like a match announced before, one of the pay-per-views, if it's like 2 weeks before a match announced, it's like, well, we want to know. And pay-per-views are a little bit different because for the most part, you're going to get top tier matches on an AEW pay-per-view. There's very rarely been an AEW pay-per-view. It's like, yeah, that sucked at the end of it. Like maybe you don't get the match you want on that show, but you get so much on those shows that you're kind of going in, you're willingly going in blind for some of them, of like, if you're buying tickets right when they go on sale, just knowing that like you're going to get something good off of this AEW pay-per-view. This show in particular is just in a weird spot because it's not a pay-per-view. It's effectively a Collision special. And okay, so what are you doing with this Collision special type of thing, right? And if you're in Australia, you don't know what you're going to get. Most weeks Collision is it's a show. It's a good show, but you don't have like the top guys on most of these Collision shows. So if I'm in Australia and I'm looking at this of like, oh, okay, well, last year it wasn't as big as we thought it was going to be. There was some good stuff that happened, but what are we going to get off of this show? And now it's even lesser than, like, okay, I'm going to get a Collision special. Well, Collision it's the less important of the two shows. So am I going to be willing to pay for this if you're in Australia? And so far, and the ticket prices I'm sure have something to do with it as well, but so far people just aren't. It's less about like building stars and star power and everything, because like AEW does have some stars, but you just don't. Are you gonna get an MJF match? Are you gonna get a Kenny Omega match? Are you gonna get a Swerve match? Like you just have no idea what you're gonna get on one of these shows. Where in WWE, to their credit, maybe they don't announce that, oh, this person last year they were in a different boat because they had like all the Cena dates, and even way out, like when they went to Paris, you knew Cena was going to be a part of that show. It didn't really matter who else is going to be part of that show. It's like, well, I'm going, John Cena is going to be here, and then whatever else I get on top of that is just kind of icing because I know I'm at least getting John Cena. And then all their other shows, it's like, okay, well, Mania's Mania, SummerSlam, and Rumble's Rumble, Survivor Series Friday. Like what you're getting on that, and so that's what it comes down to there.
I see what Delay Gratz is saying. Is that the AEW criticism now, that they relied too much on great matches, and then says Triple H says that one time, and now the influencers are parodying it. I mean, I don't. So here's the thing: I don't listen to what a lot of the influencers and the streamers and all that are saying. Like, make your money, whatever you're doing, that's fine. My whole feeling is like there has to be a way to get your product out in a way that's both. Sexy is not the word, but it's palatable to people who are fans of wrestling and actually want to experience a different product, because WWE is very much its own product and brand, and people want to go see it. What is AEW going to do differently? And I don't think necessarily that saying we have great matches is a strong enough point. They do need something, But what that is, I don't know.
See, I don't think it's a criticism of. I don't remember what Triple H. I mean, I sort of remember what Triple H said. I didn't. I guess he was taking a shot at AEW because yeah, he's always taking a shot at AEW. I don't know what these influencers are saying. To me, my point on this isn't they're relying too much on great matches. I actually think that's a sound strategy. Is like, hey, come to our show. You know you're going to get a really great match. You might get 4 or 5 great matches. Going back to the pay-per-view point, they don't need to announce the pay-per-views. What? Go ahead.
But my point is, like, is that enough? Is that enough for fans to want to sample a product by just saying the fights are going to be good? Like, look at boxing. The fights are going to be good. Okay, but people only want
boxing. People tune into the high quality, like the stars in boxing,
and that's kind of what AEW to a certain degree is lacking, and that's something that they can actually work with by getting more of these wrestlers out facing cameras, getting in front of the right people in the right places. One of the things that WWE has done really well is having a lot of talent agencies working with their wrestlers and getting them in projects that you wouldn't normally see wrestlers on. That helps. That goes a long way. People know Roman Reigns from not just the ring, but they know him because he shows up in movies and on TV. And Becky Lynch isn't like. I'm not saying that AEW needs to go this route. That's not it. But I do like the idea of more wrestlers trying to get outside of the bubble more. And they don't have to do this show because this show's already full of wrestling fans. But like a way to get them out there that's promoting the brand, promoting themselves, and promoting what they do, and being like, come and see what we do. Because yes, I'm a great wrestler and I do great wrestling things, but like I'm also a great storyteller. And here's how I tell you a story, blah blah blah, in this interview. It's finding a way to make your characters come first to the point where you want to buy into that character to come see them at the show. And then maybe you get bought into what AEW is presenting. It's a little old school because that was the way that, you know, wrestling used to be in the territory days. You went for your favorite wrestlers, not to go see, you know, company X, whether Florida or AWA or, you know, what and insert this territory here. But it could work in today's society, in today's promotion.
I don't know how much like Roman Reigns appearing in other stuff, Becky Lynch appearing in other stuff, Logan Paul being Logan Paul. I don't know how much like
you're really more than we think.
I think it does well as far as like visibility and like social numbers and things like that. Sure. But I don't think there's much retention there. I mean, the Netflix numbers are what they are. The SmackDown numbers are what they are. And I don't know what the pay-per-view numbers are, but ESPN ain't putting out press releases touting these numbers like every other major platform does, like Netflix did for the Raw premiere. Like every platform puts out press releases when the numbers are really great to say the numbers are really great. And we didn't get a single press release out of ESPN. I think it definitely helps. I'm not going to pretend like, oh, well, it hurts the company or people don't want this. Like it definitely helps when it comes to that kind of stuff because it does attract more attention, right? Like it does. Like if you see Becky Lynch in Star Trek, you're like, oh, who's her? She did good. What else does she do? And then if it's one person, it's one person. Cool. You've still converted that person and you know, people add up over time. I'm not saying like that stuff hurts. So I want to go back to just sort of the original crux of this. And when it comes to AEW, I want to make this very clear because I don't think delayed grads, I think our audience like knows kind of where we stand on a lot of stuff. I am not saying overall the criticism of AEW is like all they do is great matches and you can only do great matches for so long. You need to do story and you need stars and blah, blah, blah. Like I don't fully buy that as a criticism. I do think like just doing great matches, there is a limitation on how many people are going to care about that. And maybe AEW has hit that way. And okay, how do you figure out a way to get more people? But I don't buy the whole they don't do stories thing. I think that's a stupid criticism that people use because they see the numbers and they're like, well, something's not working. It must be they don't have enough stories. It's like, well, WWE numbers are dropping too. Did they not have enough stories? I'm specifically talking about this Australian show. Okay, I want to make that very clear. On the Dynamite stuff, week to week, like I don't think I'm fine with them just doing with them just doing like, hey, you're announcing matches. And typically they announce matches like a week before, which is kind of all you need. That's all WWE does. Like, you're going to announce matches the week before. And same with Collision. Pay-per-views, like I said, you kind of go into an AEW pay-per-view blind. You don't fully know what you're going to get, but you know you're going to get great wrestling. Like, you 100% know. There's very rarely been a time where an AEW pay-per-view has not like fully delivered. And so even if you don't know what the matches are fully going to be, you know that you're going to get most likely a great show out of it. This Australian show is just different because it is an overseas show. So you're kind of into a market, not even kind of, like, you are into a market that you don't visit often. You visited once last year, and there was a lot of confusion on how big of a show it was going to be. And it turned out like it was, for US audience, it wasn't as big of a deal. And so that kind of maybe turned off the Australian audience, because it's like, oh, we thought we were going to get like a pay-per-view quality show, and instead we got like a taped show that was good but didn't have the overall buzz that we thought it was going to. And this year, now you kind of know it's a Collision level event, and I don't think you can rely on just like, you're going to get a great match on this show, because they haven't built to like a great, it's not a pay-per-view. Again, it comes off as a Collision, and your Collisions are, you don't know if you're going to get good matches, but you don't know if you're going to get like the top guys on that show. It's very tough to sell effectively Collision in a new market, an overseas market at that. If you go overseas and you just say, hey, this would be like if NXT went to like London and it's like, we're just going to give you our NXT show. Like, is that going to sell in London? No, they gave them a takeover though. It wasn't like it was a takeover.
I know.
Yeah, if you told me AEW was giving me a pay-per-view in Australia, that's going to sell.
Yeah.
But I don't think NXT could take the TV show, the weekly TV show over there, and be like, you're getting NXT. Here you go. Please come out to the show.
Remember when they taped a bunch of stuff at Download Festival that one year for NXT UK? That ruled. People loved that. I'm dead serious. It was great.
Yeah, it was I sort of remember.
Yeah, that shit ruled.
But that's my criticism of AEW when it comes to this specific show. Yep. Is I don't think the marketing has been good, because it's not a pay-per-view, so you can't go into it blind of like, well, I know I'm going to get a great 4-hour, 5-hour wrestling show with top-tier matches. It's not really a Dynamite, so you just don't know. Like, you're just kind of hoping that you get a Kenny Omega match or an MJF match or a Tony Storm match would sell, honestly.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, or a Tony Storm match. Like, you're just like hoping you get something out of that, and I don't think you can just hope for a show like that. Like, I think you actually need something substantial for something like this. And I'd have the same criticism of if WWE tried to do this shit, but when they go overseas, they at least give you like, hey, Cody Rhodes is going to be here, John Cena is going to be here, or it is going to be a pay-per-view, and most of their pay-per-views are branded to where, okay, I'm getting Money in the Bank, okay, I'm getting Royal Rumble, so you'll be fine.
They also, one thing that WWE does is that when they're in towns, they do stuff. Like, before the shows, they're out there doing community stuff. They're meeting with people. Like, when they were in Toronto, they were doing community events. They had Chelsea Green going to the Leafs game and doing MLSE stuff because they have a partnership. They had her going, her and the Netflix execs met the friggin' premier. Feel how you will about him, but like, regardless, they got her doing photo ops, and that is a thing that does get the word out. There are, you know what? If you had sent Tony Storm, Kyle Fletcher, Harley Cameron, Mark Davis, and Big Show, Paul White, if you send and I'm dead serious about
yeah, I know he does a lot of promotion.
Yeah, if you send those guys over to Australia to do a media tour, it would probably help quite a bit. Now, if it's true, and I don't know what the TV deal is in Australia, because I know we talked about it at the beginning of the conversation that like maybe their Australia TV deal has lapsed or they're not airing. Regardless, like, yeah, that's one less thing you can promote on a show. But if they're in the country and they're in Melbourne and they're doing some sort of promotion to push tickets, like you got to try it. You got to get them out there. I understand that like it's expensive to fly and it's also time consuming to fly people, 16, 17 hours away to do promotion and bring them back, but sometimes you got to do it. And yeah, like Draws is saying, Tall Paul's an ambassador and he's a guy with stories and he's larger than life, which is such a stupid cliche, but he really is. And he's been in this business for so long and he's such a nice human being that people just want to talk to him. And then everyone else, they're Australian, they have the roots, they got stories, they're entertaining. Harley and Tony alone are entertaining as hell. Cal Fletcher does a ton of media for AEW already, so he's well versed in it. He looks good when he does it. Mark Davis should be out there starting to get his reps in and get more comfortable, especially in his home country. It sucks what happened with Jake Doyle on the show, but like you can still keep doing stuff with Mark Davis and still keep pushing him because he's still a member of the Don Callis family. Like he's on TV. That's one way that you can really get out there in the Australia show specifically. But like I said, when you're local, the amount of like local media is one thing, but also start doing local community stuff. They did it for a little while with AEW community. I don't know what happened or what stopped, but it was something that like started to get noticed. And I think it would go a long way if they bring back some more of that AEW community stuff. It gets you talked about in the right circles.
Look, I think all this stuff helps. They did this last year. They sent a bunch of people to Australia to do media.
Yes.
Danielson was over there, Tony Storm. I'm pretty sure Fletcher,
Paul
White. Yeah, they did this last year. All of this stuff is valid. You know what the like easier fucking thing to do is?
Tell stories because you don't tell. No, I'm just kidding.
Just announce a couple matches 3 weeks out like that. I truly think it can be that simple. Sometimes is when you have some of these shows, just be like, hey, you're going to get this match. And then you spend your television building to this match. That was the issue we had this past week of, wait, why are they doing Thekla and Statlander here? Why aren't they doing that at Australia? Why aren't they doing FTR and Davis and Doyle here? Why aren't they doing that in Australia? They just did these on Dynamite, and now like they loaded up this Dynamite. Now it's like, oh shit, now we only got 2.5 weeks to get stuff on the Australian card. And again, you got the Contender stuff, which is good. You might have MJF and Brody, but these aren't guarantees. The Contenders is guaranteed, but you don't know who it's going to be. And the way it was explained wasn't great either, so you really don't know who it's going to be. It's like, well, maybe you get Kenny Omega and Andrade's next week, so it's not going to be Kenny and Andrade? Is it Hangman and Andrade? Is that the match? You don't know. Just announce matches like 3 weeks out, at least one or two, build towards them. And then you're solving a lot of these issues here, because then fans can be like, oh, I know I'm getting this. Great.
I'm so excited for RJ City to do AEW Unreal. I know he did it on the last AEW, but I need to see it. How are we going to build to this match? I don't know. Just a big dramatic pause. We'll do it on Wednesday. Okay, good meeting, everyone. See you next Wednesday. Yeah.
We spent way too much on Grand Slam Australia.
Well, that's just like last year. But it was overhyped to the point where we found out it was a collision. We're like, oh, well, that kind of sucks. And Grace is saying run ads during the shows with like Wrestler X saying, hey, Ozzy, see you at Grand Slam Australia. You can easily just do that. Like you could, again, it's all part of your marketing plan. You need a marketing plan. You need something that's just really getting the word out that the show is happening, and in general that your shows are happening. There's so much you can do. And yes, matches are one thing. They should absolutely all play, and there should be a collective plan in place where all these ideas come together to make a palatable and exciting show.
It's just very funny now that like you're like, oh, the criticism of AEW is like they rely too much on matches. Yeah, that's fine. So now it's a bunch of matches. So you at least you're utilizing the thing that you were accused of relying on. Like, yeah, we do announce on matches. You see how sweet this match is? Go out and watch it. Instead, it's like, maybe you'll get this match. No, announce these matches so people can be like, I'm excited to see this. And then push the shit out of those matches. Like, hey, tune in for this, tune in for this, tune in for this. Tune in for the Royal Rumble.
Do we have to?
Nah, you don't have to. I don't care.
They did their pre-show today. 9
It didn't
a.m.
seem like a whole lot happened.
Welcome to the WWE kickoff pre-shows. Like, it's always, hey, look at all the stars. We're gonna parade these zoo animals out for you so that you can cheer for them later. When they're basically promoting the circus. It's like, come pay for a ticket to come into the circus and see the ring. They are literally the circus. They are. You can see it. The circus comes to town. You know what they do? They used to come in on the train system, and they'd have all the animals in their cages, and you'd come to watch the arrival of the animals and the circus performers. They'd all be da 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 da, and you'd be so excited to go buy a ticket to go see the circus when it came to town. That's what WWE does now with the kickoff shows. They are telling you, you're going to see this person and this person and this person. Oh my God, look how great they are. And this and that. It's a free show that they're trying to get you to go buy a ticket for from the outside of the stadium so that you can go into the stadium to pay for the actual event. It's smart, but it's the circus. It is always the circus. They were never trying to be Marvel. They were always trying to be Barnum and Bailey without telling you they're Barnum and Bailey. And Barnum and Bailey doesn't exist anymore. And when they went under, everyone at WWE was like, holy shit, we outlasted them. And Vince was like, I need a steak sandwich. And that was it. We just went back to work that day.
I didn't watch the
no, I didn't watch it either. What am I going to watch it for? The only thing I got to see was the stage reveal. And I was like, great. How many people died to make that thing? Good for you, I guess.
Yeah, they want to say, oh, look what can be done in a week. Tell us how it got done in a week. That's
the most infuriating conversation, is just the people who are like, the way that they have to frame it is like, wow, we got this done so fast. It's like, yeah, when you have a lot of money and labor and you're paying people nothing to do it, and you're threatening them with their work visas to be here, to tell them to work 24 hours around the clock. Yeah, guess what's going to get done? The thing you're threatening with, that's human labor. You don't, whatever. And now they're going to be like, oh my God, it was so fast they got it done. Everyone was so scared, but we pulled it out at the last minute. Pull it out of your ass. Slave labor is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's fine because the show is going to be great.
And, you know, they're all taking their photos over there. Look how much of a great time we are having. I'm like,
I love it. Look how normal this is. Green shirt guy is here, guys.
I saw that.
A lot of questions about that one, but that's just me. Just
gonna leave that alone, I saw that. I was like, oh, what are we doing with this?
It's okay. He's a rich guy. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't ask questions. I know that there are several wrestlers who think it's shit to have to do this, but a lot of wrestlers keep their mouth shut because it's payday and it's part of their gig. And there are a lot of things that you have to do with your job at home that you don't necessarily like, but you swallow your pride sometimes when you do it. I get it. I don't like it. There are some people who did historically just say, no, I'm not doing this. I'm sitting out. And now it just feels like, we're just going. We're just going, and we're going to go and get through it, and it'll come and it'll go as fast as the last one. They treat them like stars because they are stars. They give them the proper treatment because they're given security detail. They're given everything that they want. They are catered to completely, and that's just what it is. So. And it's not going to end.
No. They're doing WrestleMania there next year.
Yeah, exactly. They're getting squillions of dollars for these shows, and people are, again, no one's attacking the Saudi people. They're not attacking the people who live there and want to go see the shows. If you're someone who wants to go and you're excited for WWE to be in your country, you should be. It's a fun show. The wrestling is fun live. It's the means through which they've achieved getting the shows, and the things that they do to exploit other human beings to get the things done in order to put on these spectacles. That's what's an atrocity. That's the problem. And people are way too easy and way too willing to fall for the look how great this is routine than they are to dig a little deeper and find out that a lot of these places were built on the literal backs of people who were mistreated along the way. And they got shit. So, and before anyone says, well, you're still going to cover the show, it's like, yeah, that's my job. It's my job to talk about what happens on the show, whether I like where it is or not. I said last night on the post show with TNA, I was like, hey, that they're going to be airing at noon Eastern because they're in another country, and then they're going to air the Rumble because they're in another country. So there it is. Anyway, here we are. Okay, hold on. Well, sorry, I'm going to bring this up. Zeno are saying I can't criticize the King of Saudi Arabia anymore with the bullshit my country's doing. Yes, you can, because one fact does not preclude the other. You can absolutely say that the things that are going in the U.S. is absolutely dog shit. Yes, two things can be true at once. It's not I can't criticize because my government's being, shitty. Yes, your government's being shitty too. That is absolutely a fact. That does not preclude you from having some sort of feeling toward the way that the Saudi government is treating people as well. Two things can be true at the same time. The only difference is that one country has had multiple atrocities above the other. This isn't a game of don't ask questions, Jeremy. Don't ask questions. But yes, you can do both. Both countries right now, they suck. One could be like, I don't need to get into this. I will say, go watch Pollock and Thurston from this week, because that very question comes up quite often, and they did discuss it. They did discuss the fact that what's going on in the U.S. is unacceptable on a lot of fronts, but also that doesn't mean that both sides can't be true, that both sides suck. That is a thing that exists. And you're not here to pick one. You can have the same feeling towards both issues here, because they're different but similar.
Yeah, both countries suck. I fully agree, and because one country's doing something bad, the other country's doing something bad too, and you can call both of them out. I mean, I gotta watch these shows. It's part of my job. My wife doesn't watch any of these Saudi shows. And I asked her, I was like, "Are you gonna watch the Rumble tomorrow?" Because like, it's the Rumble, Like the other Saudi shows, like whatever. It's been Saudi shows. They've had some good stuff on there as far as like matches and whatnot. I mean, they have the greatest match of all time, Goldberg and Undertaker, on one of those shows. But they've just been like shows and everything. But like Rumble is Rumble. It's been a staple for 30 plus years now. Same with WrestleMania next year. It's WrestleMania. But you can't watch any of the Saudi shows. I mean, you just watch them by myself. Sometimes the kids will come in. They don't understand what's going on. They just like to watch the wrestling and everything. I'm not gonna, try to kill them. No, definitely not that. But I'm not gonna, try to like kill their enjoyment of like, well, all of this stuff is actually going on over there, and they see me watching it, so they're like, yeah, Jeremy's watching wrestling. I'll watch some wrestling with them, and they're just happy to do that. But yeah, I probably wouldn't watch these shows if I didn't have to. If I didn't have to watch any wrestling, I wouldn't watch it. But it pays, so
Yep. Yeah, and I just I want people to know that if you are in a position to do so, not only educate yourself through places like Human Rights Watch, but also you can donate to those particular organizations in lieu of supporting these shows. If you don't want to watch it, totally get it. Again, I do it because it's my job. I probably will be looking at it, and I go through the same lens as I always do. I always wished, and I could probably do it myself, that like I don't live tweet shows anymore, but when I did, I always wanted to do a Saudi show where I would be like, this happened, and then point out a human rights atrocity going on in KSA, so that people understood how fucked up this is. But then again, the engagement. So I don't have time to argue with dorks on the internet. I just don't. Most of the stuff that when I see something get blown up, I'm like, we're muting this. I don't need to talk to people about it. We're done. I made my point. Like, save it for this show instead.
I still want to support the wrestlers. They still got to go out there and do their job. Do I agree with all of them? No. But they're still out there just trying to do what they can do when it comes to this stuff. And again, it's my job to cover this stuff. So I'm sure, like, if I mean, maybe I could be like, I just don't agree with any of this. I just don't want to do it. Like, I feel like Sean would be understanding.
That's how Signs of Blind came about.
Yeah, that's true.
They took a shitty situation and they turned it into an entertaining conversation. on Sour Graps. And you know what? I give Alex full respect for taking that stance and saying I'm not watching it, and they turned it into something fun for each other, which that was really good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like if I didn't have to cover it live, like, I probably wouldn't. Like if I wasn't like part of like news team coverage on this type of thing, like I would just be like, all right, I don't care to really watch this show. I'll see who wins and I'll be fine. It's not gonna ruin my day that I missed really any wrestling show. Honestly, like, all right, so I missed it. Whatever. There'll be another show tomorrow.
See Cinematics asking if the Indies will be going to Saudi next year. As of right now, no. Someone had to
I don't
pay up,
think so.
and doesn't look like that's something in the cards. And I don't think it's something that they would really care to do, because you got to get them there. It's not just running a show; it's they literally have to fly them across the world.
Yeah, I think they would do it if obviously like they got paid for it and everything, but I don't think like Saudi's gonna pay for all these indies, so then you're running it on your own dime, and that's a losing venture. Because I don't think like that, one, that's a lot of money, and two, like you ain't drawing like you draw a U.S. indie week. Like I don't know how many like fans are over there and care about that kind of stuff. Like I feel like the people over there just are there because WWE is there and go because all right, it's a WWE show and hooray, like this is what we know. I don't feel like they're like hardcore wrestling fans who, I could be completely wrong, but it doesn't feel like they're like, let's go watch this Nick Gage death match. I don't even think you could do a lot of that stuff, honestly. Like, I mean, you could do it in a different way.
I mean, I think about the women wrestlers. Like
Yeah.
they're not going to be allowed to go, or they're going to be given the whole like you got to dress down. It's just not.
It's
Not
it's not worth it for a variety of reasons for these independent shows. I don't think it's any of it's worth it. I think the only way they would like kind of do it is if WWE is effectively like, hey, we want to run these WWE ID shows over here, so we got to bring these people to do that, and we need like this smaller venue to be billed in a week. I think that's like the only way it kind of happens.
I think it'd be very funny if they try to do Bloodsport and KSA, and people are just like, no, a little too close, a little too on the nose.
As I was saying with death matches, like there might be.
Oh, you promise? Like, well, it's not exactly. No. I really want to see this. Oh, that's awful. Anyway.
Yeah, they couldn't. They definitely couldn't be doing like big gay brunch or anything.
Big homophobic brunch.
It'd be the last we heard of all of those performers.
I like a lot of them too. That sucks. You know what? Whatever they choose to do in 2027. I mean, Joey's doing the boat thing, him and Gringo Loco, and that's great. There are options. There are avenues. Everyone, of course, is asking Tony, what would you do in 2027? Do you want to capitalize on WrestleMania not happening? Like, Mania is still happening. All In can still be like a huge event stateside if you decided to do that. Like, I think that's when we had Joey on the show, when we had Janela on the show, and we asked him about WrestleMania weekend, and he flat out said the Indies run on the back, under the underbelly of WrestleMania weekend, that they lob onto this big fish. That's really what it is. When they tried to run the collective as its own thing during COVID, first of all, had other issues, but in terms of ticket sales, it wasn't as big as it would have been had they been running the same area or the same venue, or the same city, I should say, as a big WWE show. So, like, I don't really expect them to just randomly run some city when wrestling's not happening in that town. That's inherently what the indies do. Again, Mystery, I talked about Mystery Wrestling. They run their bigger shows abroad when it's in conjunction with other AEW stuff, because Uno is in charge. He's the guy behind Mystery with his team. So they're doing the Vancouver show because it's the day before AEW Dynasty. So it makes sense. People are flying in, you give them an added value to the show, and it's always going to do well. It makes sense, but I don't know if anyone's going to be doing anything in Saudi for Mania Week who's not WWE affiliated.
Yeah. And unless again WWE wants to say like, hey, we need these shows, which I don't think they're going to do unless it is like ID stuff and whatnot. So that's a conversation for a year from now.
Yep. Did I show you? Did you see my Facebook? Not message. My Facebook thing from 2012 that I put on Twitter.
I don't know, maybe.
Buddy, I'm just once again to prove that I have always been on Drake's neck.
Oh yeah, I did see this. Yeah.
Yes, always. January 29th, 2012. The only thing I'm happy about when it comes to not being at the NHL All-Star game in person is changing the channel when Drake came on. I have always been on that gimmick. Let's go. I just want people to know. Never been off of that neck. Fuck Drake. Anyway. We had a super chat from earlier. I was hoping that he would show up on the show randomly, but doesn't look like Maclin is. C. Delgado said the infantry has been openly recruiting Steve Maclin. They have. They really want him. They should get him on the. They should get him in. Ring of
They
Honor.
just added a new member, so
Was that them?
yeah.
Oh yeah, it was.
infantry?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's next?
I did see that.
What's your favorite time of day?
Favorite time of day?
Did you not see this?
No.
This is my favorite. They had Melania doing the rounds for her movie, and some Fox host asked her, "What's your favorite time of day?"
Oh.
That's a serious question. I'm gonna start asking all of our guests, "Hey, what's your favorite time of day?" It's the most stupid softball question.
When I'm sleeping.
When I'm asleep, not being here. C. Delgado says he saw it. Yes, it was all over. It freaking rules. What's your favorite time of day?
Yeah, when I'm sleeping.
When I'm sleeping. All right, you take over.
I mean, we can do ITW Rumble at this point.
Let's do it.
You know,
let's do it.
The cinematics is saying about the Billy Gunn discourse. Yeah, I saw it. I don't care.
Thing is, Dave's right.
I don't care. What is what the Billy Gunn wasn't a top 200 worker?
Yeah, and Kyle Fletcher is much better, and blah blah blah. First of all, two very different eras,
Yeah,
two very different styles. Like, I just love the idea that the Billy Gunn stuff has been ongoing conversation for years.
I think Billy Gunn rules, so I don't know. Was he ever a top 200? I don't know. Like, Billy Gunn was never a great like in-ring guy. I'm not gonna pretend like he was. Billy Gunn was the epitome of the Attitude Era. He had a great look. He had a gimmick that was over. He had cool entrance music. He was part of a group and a tag team that was super over. And that was that. Again, my favorite Billy Gunn match, I couldn't fucking tell you, honestly. Probably the Jay White match, which is more recent.
Yeah,
the Attitude Era stuff.
That was the one that Alex and I lost our minds over doing a Dynamite post show because they 50-50'd it only to do a DQ finish. That was,
yeah.
You know what Billy Gunn's most known for? He's most known for being called Billy Bitch Cakes by The Rock. And
see, that's the thing is like all the best Billy Gunn moments are him just like getting roasted by The Rock, honestly.
Dear God, it's me, Billy.
Yeah, that's one of the best promos.
That's all people need to remember.
Yeah. So like
you can love the New Age Outlaws. That's fine. And like the one thing that I always go back to is, you know how you know the New Age Outlaws are great? They have a rule named after them in the WWF. Like that's as good as it gets, is the Outlaw rule, where your tag team partner can't pin the other tag team partner to win a match, which is a great idea that once came up because the Outlaws did that to each other in like 96. And so they made the rule. Other than that, though, like Billy just whatever. He never did it for me.
He was a guy with a great look. I liked his punches in the video games, a little jab punch that he had. I was like that. So
He would kind of like rough to his wrist and
no, he didn't. He didn't like rough. It was just like a quick snap jab.
snap. Yeah.
Yeah, you play some No Mercy. People know what I'm talking about. I always loved that punch. But yeah, like, all right, he's not a top 200 wrestler. I don't care to defend that. Like Dave's giving, Dave's opinion of in-ring work is different than other people's opinion of in-ring work too. So, sure, like, I don't know. Billy Gunn has said some stuff. He's calling people lazy and saying we don't need to do this and this. Like, I respect it. I like that he gives his opinion on this stuff, but I always say, I don't have enough care to like argue whether for or against any of this stuff. I see it, I might make a joke, and I'm like, all right, moving on from that. It just, I do think the Triple H discourse is fine. Oh, are the punches still in the 2K games? Okay, I just remember it
Amazing.
in the 64 games. Yeah, the snap jab with that was the power strike. You had the quick strikes where you tap the button, and the power strike where you hold down the button. The snap jab ruled, man. Knocked the shit out of people with that. But the Triple H stuff was very funny. I did find that funny.
That TikTok video was just aces.
Yeah.
It was just smack dab in the middle, like right there. You hit it. That guy did a great job with it.
Here's the thing with Triple H and the attitude there. I appreciate Lab Glass's super chat because I'm pretty sure I tweeted the same thing. So
Billy Gunn isn't a top 200 worker. He is the one.
Yeah. Sean, you want to do a snap jab for us?
I love the snap jab. It's a legitimately great move.
Yeah.
I just wanted to chime in on this.
Okay.
Because I saw the discourse, and it's a lot of people that are friends with Billy Gunn, like, how dare, and a bunch of podcasters that really are trying to find any excuse to not like anything but WWE, acting like the Attitude Era was the be-all, end-all. There's nothing wrong with Billy Gunn not being one of the best 200 workers in the world. He could have been. He was definitely one of the more over wrestlers in the world. But saying, as far as in-ring goes, he wasn't top 200. That's completely fine. Let's go down.
Let's not name 200 wrestlers.
No, please not.
Here we go. Here we're going to go down the top 8 rated cage matches for Billy Gunn. Number 1 is a Royal Rumble. Number 2, a Royal Rumble. Number 3, a Rumble-style Battle Royal. Number 4, a Royal Rumble. Number 5, a Royal Rumble. Number 6, a Gauntlet match. Number 7, the Maple Leaf Gauntlet match. And number 8, an 8-way elimination match.
Where's the dumpster match? That was legitimately a good match.
The 10th highest rated match that he has, and that's okay. The Battle Royals, whatever. But it's 6.66. I think that is incredibly low for that match.
Yeah, that's a little low.
I found it incredibly entertaining. He did have a good one with Eddie Guerrero. There's one I completely forgot about with Brock Lesnar from early 2004.
Oh,
when
that
Brock
sounds
was
like a banger.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. I specifically, there's one listed against Flash Funk that was pretty good in like 97. But like none of these were matches where you go out and say, damn, incredible match. And that's okay. He was super over, and he's had work his entire life as a result of it. Plus, he was an extra in the other guys, which automatically at least gets him to 201st best. So there we are.
What about Triple H and the way he was the biggest figure in the Attitude Era?
So I have thoughts on that because I think that there's very little middle ground here. People act like he either sucked or he was like the most important part. He was the guy that wrestled the guy, and that's okay. Like, and like the summer of 99 and throughout like that probably 8-9 month period, he was like really important to holding that show together because Steve Austin was out and Mick Foley was dipping into retirement. Kurt Angle hadn't started yet. The Undertaker was hurt. You had a lot of that. And do I think that his contributions are overstated? Honestly, I don't, because he did emerge and was a part of WWE having like 6 to 8 top guys simultaneously, which is very, very important. You need like 6 to 8 guys. And somebody says, what's the offseason plan for Common Bingles W, Sean? I will probably do a show next week. There you go.
Talking about all the money they're not going to spend on the defense.
Well, I mean, they haven't re-signed their incredible guard yet, so who knows? Yeah. Am I in the Rumble? Am I in the ITW Rumble?
Would you like a free spot in the ITW Rumble?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put you in the free drawing. All right.
Thank you. Like, legitimately, if any promoter hits me up and asks me to do a Rumble, I just say yes. So.
Okay. Steve Macklin's in the Rumble now because, he
doesn't have a job.
Yeah, we need to get
to work.
Thank you, Sean.
You want to stick around
this week, is what you're saying?
And legitimately, one of my trusted sources was sold on him going to AEW, and I'm like, I'm sure he'd love that. And honestly, he'd be a great partner for Josh Alexander. He really would be. I know that you've been tooting that horn, Joel, but man, somebody asked me to rate the TNA wrestling show from last night. I've watched bits and pieces. I'm watching the rest probably this afternoon after SmackDown, but AJ Francis doing a pedigree.
So good. So stupid. So good.
Obviously, the dude's my friend. He is incredibly underrated. That guy is he did exactly what he said he could do, and TNA gave him that opportunity. I dig. Actually, I'm interested in the Maclin angle. I didn't mention last week, I loved the end of show stuff. I like Cedric and Bear Bronson being in the system. I think it makes them infinitely more interesting. Bear Bronson rules. Cedric rules. Give me more of that. All for it.
I'd called Bear Bronson being the replacement. It made the most sense because he was trained by Myers, and there was a story there. They didn't give him the mic this week, but I think they just wanted to let the original system members explain themselves. Not looking forward to Lish turning on Moose and joining, her husband, but
yeah, of course that's going to happen. But also, it is wild how infinitely better the weeks 2 and 3 were than week 1 of TNA Impact. And
so the Grapsody guys, they nailed it on the head. They took the WWE on Netflix debut and they TNA-fied it. And unfortunately, that's not a good verb to use in this case because they did not have the star power, they did not have the quality, and they tried to make it look the same. And it just blew up in their face.
I feel like that show would have been looked at about 80% different had Leon Slater versus Myron Reed not been canceled. And I know Myron Reed would have done that booking if, no matter what, he would have kept his booking. That's what he cares about. But it felt like they said, all right, we had 15, 20 minutes dedicated to this. Let's just do something that isn't wrestling during that period. And instead, that week 1, I said this on the post show, when you saw the knockouts video and the X Division video, it was like, look how great we used to be. Type of thing.
You guys, the problem with the TNA debut was none of this. The problem with the TNA debut is that there was no big giant curtain in the middle, and when it dropped, Carlos Silva was not standing there in his trucker hat to go, "Are you ready? Let's get ready to TNA." Had that happened, we would have had the perfect show.
Well, listen, don't rule that out because anyway, he can get on TV. I'm sure he will.
He wasn't on this week. I was surprised.
Whoa.
Instead, he was just
that
on
part-time and bitch.
Instead, he was just on every single signing video they released this week.
My God.
So stupid.
Yeah, that was funny. Listen, this is going to sound very egotistical. It is very funny to me how much they don't want me breaking their contract news. It is abundantly clear. And I listen, I'm a little flattered. I like it, but it is so evident that they're like anybody but Sean right now.
Remember when
they're not giving as first reported by Fightful in that press release.
They used to come to us for
amazing.
These
yeah.
Because I've got so many friends there, and it's just it's funny. I mean, I will say this: at least 2 of the people that have re-signed told me they re-signed before, and I was like, I'm not going to step on this interview that you're giving this outlet. But they definitely could see the situation, and they were like, "Hey, you asked me about this like 3 days ago, so I'm just going to tell you."
They should have been like, yeah, just report it. Who cares? It'll be fine.
They did. They were like that. But I was like, well, who do they have you doing an interview with? And they told me, and I was like, all right, they need it. So let's give them a charity case.
It was Denise. They were like, I'm talking to Denise. You're like, oh, okay, fine. It's Denise. They'd be like, oh, I'm talking.
I had Denise, and she's like, when I put it out there, it's coming from the wrestler, Sean. I was like, you don't want to get to this shit with me. You don't want to play this. You don't want to play this with me. And yes, shout out to Sports Illustrated and Ricky Chino. Great interview with Tommaso Ciampa. I know a lot of the aggregators will not link back to him, but please go actually read the articles. And when you got good people like Ricky Chino doing work there, it's good stuff. But guess I'm about to go watch SmackDown, guys, and do your all's damn invoices.
Oh, thank you. We'll let you know if you're in the ITW Rumble, unless you want to stick around for the drawing here. To see
I'll stick around for the drawing.
Okay,
I'm eating my Rushmore, but I'll stick around for the drawing.
All right, here's how this works. We've got let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 names for the final 3 spots here. So I will pull up the wheel so people don't accuse me of cheating on this thing.
I'm just glad that, first off, that there are spots left. That way I don't have to attack Joel and whoever is challenging him.
Technically, there's not. We actually did fill up all 30 spots, but 3 people were kind enough to donate for free spots for people. Okay. So yeah, we actually filled up all 30 spots yesterday. People they like the ITW Rumble. It's the 3rd year we've done this now. All right, I'm gonna spin this. Does the music come through? Does the little clicker music come through? Okay.
Here it all. Yeah, it does.
All right. Oh, Alexa Bliss Gamer has gotten one of the 3 free spots. All right.
Look at that. Alexa Bliss Gamer in the Rumble. Don't listen to the dirt sheets. They said Alexa Bliss Gamer wasn't coming back.
D-Train has gotten one of the 3 free spots.
Is this better than A-Train? Or I guess it's the D-Train, not the A-Train.
And the final free spot is going to go to, I hope it's Maclin.
This is BS.
What's it? Sofa Kit got the final free spot. Sorry, Sean. You are technically not in the ITW Rumble.
Who can I attack to get into it?
Well, here's now we're going to do. So congratulations to everybody who got one of the 3 free spots. Again, thank you to C. Delgado, Lab Glass, and Ryan Sullivan for donating free spots there. Now, here's the 30 names that are in the Rumble, and now we're going to draw the actual numbers that you will get. So, reminder, if you get drawn, that is your number for the men's and the women's Rumble. If whoever wins, if your number wins, we will either donate to a charity of your choice, or we will get you something from the WB shop, AEW shop, TNA shop, an NWA bucket hat.
Many people that watch the show?
Yeah, allegedly, apparently. We do okay sometimes.
We've amassed.
You do okay.
Yeah, we do okay. All right, so number 1. Let's see who gets the number 1 spot in the Rumble. This could be a good spot. You know, we've had plenty of winners from number 1. Do you have stats this year, Joel? Before you've had stats.
Oh, I shouldn't I? Oh,
yeah, coward. Coward. Amber, you got the number 1 pick there. So you are entry. You have the person who comes out at number 1. Number 2 in the ITW Rumble. And Maclin got left out. Very sad.
Rhea Ripley won from number 1 last year, or a few years ago.
There we go. Thank you, Joel. Tim Miller, number 2. Number 3.
Number 2 has had 6 people win.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's in the men's row. No, it's both Wembles.
All right. Jordan Miller, number 3.
Oh, no, sorry. 2 people have won from number 2. There have been 6.
Get these stats correct, Joel. Come on.
No, 6. No, it's 6 times. 6 times. I don't know, man.
B. Eric, you are number 4.
Just keep going. I'm done. I'm going to bed. I'm done.
Come on, B. Eric. Come on, Joel. Number 4, B. Eric. All right, number 5. Throw some stats out here, Joel. Come on. What's wrong with you?
1 win from number 5 has happened.
Thank
before.
you. Lab Glass, number 5. Lab Glass, again, donated a free spot as well. Thank you to Lab. Lab Glass was the first person to declare for the ITW Rumble, the Cody Rhodes of the ITW Rumble.
In 1997, from the number 5 spot, it was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay.
Who won it?
Jules, last year winner. So B. Eric and Jules, who won last year, they're in the top 6 here.
The number 6 spot has never produced a winner.
Oh, all right. This might be tough to go back to back here, Jules. Grays is at number 7.
Number 7 has also never produced a winner.
Number 8 is going to be my cousin, Ryan Lambert.
Randall Keith Orton won from the number 8 position in 2009.
Okay. Number 9, C. Delgado. And thank you to C. Delgado, who also donated a free spot for somebody.
Number 9's never produced a winner.
Number 10 is going to be our pal Ken Bruno. Losing my voice for the Rumble here.
Just like Michael Cole would every year at the Rumble. Seth Rollins won from the number 10 spot in 2019. The only time that's happened.
Okay. Ken Bruno, number 10. Number 11 is Josh. Just Josh.
No, that's just Joe. He did the Ciampa theme.
Oh. Well, this is just Josh. Number 12, Raphael.
No one's ever won from 12.
Number 13 is the Vanilla Fumble himself, Volub.
Here's a fun one. Number 13 was the Rumble winner Hacksaw Jim Duggan in 1988, before the Rumble really became the Rumble. It's the only time 13 has won.
My good friend Auntie Collins is number 14.
I hope you like Shinsuke, because Shinsuke Nakamura won the 2018 Men's Rumble in the 14 spot.
15 is Matthew Hooks, entering the ITW Rumble as an AEW supporter.
2 years ago, Cody Rhodes won from the...
Oh, look at that. Of course he gets the one where Cody Rhodes has won. Number 16, Richard Cranium.
Not to be outdone, Drew McIntyre won in 2020 from the number 16.
Don't do an accent, Joel.
Why can't I do an accent?
Don't do the Scottish Willie accent. Sofa Kit gets number 17.
Charlotte Flair won from the number 17 position in 2020.
Number 18.
What? Who won from the number 18 spot?
Well, Delay Gratz is
Shawn
going to have number
Michaels.
18.
Shawn Michaels' second year, 96, won from number 18.
I say 95, he won from 1.
Yeah, 96, he won from 18. 19 has never produced. Oh no, it's won two people have won from 19. Roman Reigns.
Alexa Bliss Gamer.
Well, you're in good company, Alexa Bliss Gamer. 2015, Roman Reigns. 2013, John Cena.
What about the women, Joel? Do you have the women's numbers?
Yeah, they're coming up. There's been a lot of 30s and 20s for the women, and 1s and 3s.
Oh, all right.
It's just the way it is.
Okay. I was just wondering, like, you haven't named any women's winners, or like the 10 through 19.
Oh,
Dawi at number 20.
20's produced one winner from that spot. It's last year's Jey Uso men's.
Oh. I forgot Jey Uso won last year. When I was talking to Jensen yesterday, I was like, Cody's going for 3 straight. And he's like, Jey Uso won last year. I was like, I don't feel like that actually happened. Louis at number 21.
21 is produced. No winners yet.
So Louis' NWA bucket hat might have to wait here.
That's true.
22
There have been
It's gonna
two people
be-
who have won from 22. Sheamus in 2012 and Triple H in 2002. The beautiful day. AEW King.
AEW King, the last person to declare for the ITW Rumble, declared yesterday at like 2 a.m. in the morning.
Wonderful.
Before we even went on air. The last person to declare is at number 22. All right, 23.
Triple H's burner.
D. Do Close at number 23.
23 has produced 2 winners. Who the hell? Oh, Randy Orton in 2017. And who's the other one? Lex Luger in the double year in 94.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Crown Edge at number 24.
24, Stone Cold Steve Austin in 1998. Hulk Hogan, fuck that guy, in 1991. And I forget what the other number I was looking for. I was 24. Is anyone else in 24?
Yeah, 24.
Yeah, 3 winners. I don't know who the third one was.
25 is Daffy AIW.
Asuka in 2018 won the Women's Rumble from 25. Who else won from 25? There's one other person. Oh, Hulk Hogan. Fuck that guy. 1990.
26 is going to be King Potates.
26. Has 26 never produced a winner? There's never been a winner at the number 26 position.
No. 27.
Are you ready? Last year, Charlotte Flair won from the number 27 position. 27. There's a bunch of them. Fuck. Because this is their favorite number.
Yes.
Stone Cold won in 2001 from the number 27 spot. Yokozuna won in 1993 from 27. Big John Studd won in 1989 from 27. So you're not going to win this year. I'm sorry. There have been 5 people.
It's been a while since 27, though, hasn't it?
Jeremy, I just said last year Charlotte Flair won from the number 27 spot.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't paying attention to you.
I get it. I do.
It's been a while for the men, then. How about that?
There, we should bring
When was the last man? When was the last man to win 27?
27? Listen, it's always cyclical. 27 Stone Cold in 2000.
Okay. Yes, it's been a while. All right. 3 spots left. 28.
Ronda Rousey in your favorite 2022 Royal Rumble that everybody loved and it was never panned. Becky Lynch won from the number 28 position.
All right.
And Batista in 2005. And that's
Jake Shaw, he needs something good to go his way on Saturday because after the Royal Rumble, the Giannis trade is going to be announced. 29 and Edge. 30, technically.
True. 29 is Edge in 2010 and Brock Lesnar in 2003.
All right, 29 is D-Train, and Henry, you are number 30 in the ITW Rumble. I've got the list with the order of entries here, so if you have your number, make sure to keep it close as the Rumble plays out. You know, you can follow along with everything. So.
5 people won from the 30 position. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes in 2023. Brock Lesnar in 2022. Everyone's favorite Rumble. Don't ask questions. Triple H in 2016. That was everyone's favorite one where he won the title too. John Cena in 2008 when he came back from that big pec injury that everyone thought was bigger than it wasn't. 2007, The Undertaker, the year before that, comes in at number 30 and he won. And is that it? I think that's it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
If you got your number, too damn bad. Bob, you're 13. Louis, you're 21.
We should probably post these somewhere.
Okay. I'll post them on my Twitter.
There we go.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
But obviously, like I have them, so I'll have it on Monday. On Monday, we'll know who has won, obviously. We're on main channel on Monday, so make sure you're watching on the main channel. And if you win, then, you can contact me with everything. If you know you win on Saturday, you can contact me, and I'll obviously verify it. But you can contact me on Saturday to get things set up. We'll still announce it on Monday with everything, but yeah, you don't have to wait until Monday to be like, hey, I won, or for us to announce it, unless you just want the joy and the adulation of the first time it gets revealed is on the show.
Nah, it's fine. Yeah. I'm not gonna do a Dynamite preview because, or sorry, not Dynamite. Sorry, I'm looking at the Collision thing. I'm going to do a Collision preview, or at least what's been announced. I'm not going to do a SmackDown preview because that show literally just started, and you can go watch it yourselves. Collision on Saturday. You got Briscoe and Tommy Ciampa, Tomato Chomper, if you will.
Do you think Ciampa should win that?
I'd be fine with that.
Okay.
Be fine with it. I mean, it would stop the whole new guy comes in, has a big match, loses, goes to the back, and waits for whatever moment comes to his way. I would rather they capitalize. I know you guys talked about it yesterday on the show, but like Ciampa is a good get. He's not necessarily going to be your next world champion. However, doesn't mean you can't make him a big. He could. Again, it's how you position him. But like, he's a great depth guy with a big history in Ring of Honor. I'm not saying send him to Ring of Honor, but like, you have history that you can play off with him in a product that you own. So like, you can make use of that. Ciampa has already indicated that this is the back half or the back third of his career. 10 years is a long time, but he's going to make the most of this opportunity. And I think that Tony will give him that opportunity. And hopefully it means that he's actually featured regularly and not just, one big match, one big appearance, and then see you in the Don Callis family or something. I don't know.
I'd make him the world champion. I was looking at the YouTube numbers. I posted the screenshot, but he did like 450,000 views for his debut, and nothing else was at like over 50,000. I'm like, damn, put all the belts on Ciampa. He's a YouTube draw. It
was a great surprise. It was a great surprise to see him, and I was really happy with the way it came together. It sounds like a good fit for now, and he took a chance on himself, and Tony immediately was like, well, here's money to take that chance. And there you go. What else is happening? Babes of Wrath take on the Sisters of Sin for the AEW World Women's Tag Team Championships.
Who are we, sisters? What do we have? Sin. Oh, wait. Wrong group. Sorry.
You think Johnny Sin is their brother? And Darby Allin takes on Clark Connors.
That's cool to see Clark Connors. We like Clark Connors.
I think Tekla should get involved in this match.
I mean, that's fine. She should spear and beat the shit out of Darby Allin. At least it gets him away from the Death Riders.
Let's go. Are you insinuating that Clark Connors is joining the Death Riders?
He might, honestly.
Great.
I'd be very scared. I mean, fine if he does, but like, I'd be very scared if that's what happened.
The Rascals are going to take on Crew. The Rascals is going to be Dez and Wentz as the team. Myron Reed is very sad that he can't be there.
Cody Rhodes is coming out with like suspenders and glasses, and
this is pretty normal Cody fare.
This is like interview Cody Rhodes attire. Where's the tracksuit?
He doesn't have a match tonight. He's getting ready for the Rumble. Someone thought that he was going in first.
Well, that's because he declared first, and so
I just saw some people being like, he's number one, and I'm like, no, he was the first one to say he's in the Rumble.
Yeah, people don't know the difference.
People are silly. Anyway, so Collision looks good. It is the finale to the Arlington residency. The MPX show with Ring of Honor is also supposed to be taped on Saturday. Yeah. So I'm glad that they were able to rebook that, and the snowstorm has passed, and people have mostly dug out. So I look forward to watching Collision after the Royal Rumble on Saturday. It's one of the good things about having these two shows spaced out is like you can watch both if you have the capacity to watch wrestling all day.
I'm not watching either of these shows.
That's fine. I get it. Go watch SmackDown now if you want, and go watch the Royal Rumble if you want. I'm not your dad. Despite my better efforts, I'm just not your dad. But it is Friday. You know hold on. I was gonna say this. So
hi guys.
Still on the roster page.
Oh, okay.
Still on the roster page.
Okay. Do you have a Rumble prediction, Joel?
For the women, I'm torn between Liv and Bianca.
Okay.
I'd like to see Bianca back. I'd like to see her win. What that does to the Jade and Jordan Grace story kind of mucks things up, but it's not like that story was going to be deep to begin with. Liv, they've underplayed her, which is good in this case because she's being presented, but she's being presented as leading a faction and not going after a title other than the time she ran up to Stephanie Vaquer and was like, that's mine. So that's where I'm at. Those two are my standouts.
Okay.
For the men, I mean Roman's my expectation, but I don't think who else could do. Braun would be the other guy, Braun Breaker.
Okay.
I think those four people are going to have positions in the Elimination Chamber if they don't win the Rumble. You?
I'm gonna go. I hope Bianca wins because that means Bianca's back, and I would like Bianca to be back. So I hope that Bianca does win. For the men, I can't pull myself. I've talked myself into Brock Lesnar. I don't love it. I've talked myself into Brock Lesnar.
Do you think that he's going to have the title before, what do you call it? Before SummerSlam?
I mean, Lesnar and Punk just feels like something they're going to do. It just, I don't know why. Like, maybe I've worked myself into a shoot with it.
I think you kind of have.
What's that?
I think you kind of have, but we'll see.
That's fine. I mean, whatever. Again, I don't get attached to these things. If Brock doesn't win, I'm not going to be like mad. Quite the opposite. In fact, that's my pick. That's my pick. Brock. I'm obviously fine with Roman. I love Roman. Roman winning would be great, but I've talked myself into Brock. I don't love it, but this is where I'm at.
I hope he wins from the number 31 position. Well, he declared on Monday the Rumble's full.
Yeah.
He declared on Tuesday the Rumble's full. Apparently, Roman's on Pat McAfee today.
All right,
So,
sure.
He's gonna zoom in.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
I'm having a great time here. What are you up to, Pat? Are you coming to the Rumble? Hop on your jet.
What was your moment of Thursday, Joel?
The thing I just did.
That was Friday.
Oh, you're right. What was my moment of Thursday? My moment of Thursday was the AJ Francis and Rich Swann match. I think you should go out of your way to watch it. AJ Francis is really friggin' good at this, and he had a great walk and brawl with Rich Swann, and I'm looking forward to watching those two kind of move apart and figure themselves out in TNA. So that's my moment of Thursday.
Mine was Steve Maclin getting fired because he refuses to come on this show. That's why they truly fired him.
If anything, it's more of a reason for him to be on the show.
I know. That's why I'm more excited that he got fired, because he won't be on the show still, even though he got fired.
One day.
Coward. Absolute coward. All right, yeah. Do you think AJ retires tomorrow? Think it's over?
I think it's over for WWE.
Okay.
So the one thing I didn't mention was TNA ended with the Avengers cut, where it was Frankie Kazarian walking. It was Daria Ray walking into the dressing room, and Frankie was like, "We got to talk." And part of me is like, is this going to be the beginning of Frankie trying to like bring AJ in for a match or like do a thing? That's the only thing I could think of, because they're not going to go back to the world title with those two. I think AJ's done with WWE. The only thing I could think of is they do a weird finish on Saturday and they run it back again for another match. Don't know when.
At Mania?
Mania is too far away because you've got the Elimination Chamber at the end of February. So like you can't just let it go.
Yeah, you can.
I don't think you can. I think AJ's just done. Like it's fine because he hasn't been factored into anything major.
If he's not going to retire here, but like he's still going to retire this year, which he says he's going to do, like let him go till Mania. Let him have one last WrestleMania match. If it's against Gunther, it might be his best WrestleMania match ever.
He hasn't exactly had a good lineup of WrestleMania matches.
That's what I'm saying. Like let him actually go out on a high.
Well, he had the one against Shane McMahon. That was the best one.
That legitimately might be his best one. Like, not even joking. So yeah, let him go out. Let him go out on a WrestleMania high and face Gunther. I mean, the Boneyard match is probably his best, but that was in front of
doesn't count.
Gallows and Anderson and nobody else.
The Good Brothers. Yeah. Hold on, WrestleMania. What other matches did he have?
Yeah, Logan Paul was last year. That match was.
That match sucked. I was there live. That match sucked.
Yeah. There's the Shinsuke match.
Yeah.
Jericho, right?
That was his first one.
Yeah, that wasn't much of anything.
Okay. Yeah, was the longest one. Okay, no, Edge and AJ Styles at 38.
Okay.
That was a thing. I was gonna say that was when Finn joined, wasn't it?
I don't recall. No, it wasn't Finn. No, Finn was the night after. That would have been Rhea if it was anybody.
Oh, maybe.
Or Priest, yeah, but it definitely wasn't Finn.
He had a match against LA Knight at WrestleMania 40.
I
do not remember that.
Yeah, I barely recall that.
Randy Orton at 35. And like these matches.
That's the one where the crowd couldn't see.
Oh yeah, there's lights. Yeah, all these matches. So the Styles and McMahon match went 20-35. The only one of his WrestleMania career that went longer was the Edge match 24-27. That's hilarious.
All right, let him face Gunther. Let him face
Nah.
Gunther to have his last WrestleMania
No,
match.
he's fine. He's done. You know what? And then that way we can ask AJ Styles the question: what does it feel like to be the only like Hall of Fame wrestler to have shitty WrestleMania matches every year you've had one?
I wouldn't frame it quite like that.
Why
I
not?
wouldn't frame it quite like that. I'd frame it like, hey,
Hey,
what do you
legend.
think your best? Yeah, what's up, legend? What do you think your best WrestleMania match is?
And what was your favorite time of day?
And see what he says off of that. Yeah, SmackDown's on right now. Randy Orton's coming out, and
I'm gonna watch it in a minute.
the crowd's excited. All right, what did we accomplish today, Joel?
We are welcoming all fired wrestlers to come on this show and air their grievances, whether they know it or not, or whether they want to or not. The Rumble is happening in a place that it shouldn't, and we should not be celebrating the amount of time it took for them to build a stadium the size that it did. But if all is lost and you're looking for something to do, our show is human rights free. You know, that sounds wrong. We are free of human rights atrocities, and we don't cause those things. And scene.
And the biggest thing we accomplished today is the ITW Rumble is more important than the actual Royal Rumble.
We had more
And
build to it.
We had way more build to it, honestly. Much better build, and we didn't need slave labor to get it done.
Results of our poll question.
Yeah, let's see how many people suck in our chat. How many people didn't want Maclin to be part of the Rumble, the ITW Rumble? Should Maclin enter the ITW Rumble? 12% said no. If you voted no, I assume you don't think Bill Belichick should be in the Hall of Fame either.
True.
Yeah.
Although I heard that he broke up with his
Yeah,
girlfriend.
that's the report. Yeah, she's like, I only date first ballot Hall of Famers. So,
I get it. I truly do.
yeah.
ITW's pro atrocities. No, we're professional atrocities.
We like the atrocity cruel. So
That's
yeah.
true. He's great. Although he got beat up.
He lost the title.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fine.
Although I'm very excited for the discourse. I mean, MLW is not exactly, they don't get the discourse, but the discourse that it could cause next week would be hilarious.
Yeah.
It's all right. Well, I'll take a flat bat bunk for this one. Anyway, we're back on Monday. It's main channel Monday.
Allegedly.
So we'll have a big amount of people wanting to talk to us about the Rumble. Maybe we'll reveal the winners of the ITW Rumble, and we'll get through it again. Jeremy, once again, it is Friday.
Allegedly.
This time we can actually do the thing. Are you ready?
Alleged. No.
No?
To Mana, the final boss. And here we go. 'Cause this is how good. The final. God damn, that's good shit.
He's going to be there.
And here we go. I feel like finishing this whole thing,
Jesus.
that's
you
a
gotta
lot
cover this-
though.
Yeah, you got to cover the show.
Yeah, it would make the show much more enjoyable if I
That is true.
drank all of it.
Yeah, it's fine.
And here we go. All right, that wasn't as bad as previous weeks. Previous weeks it's gotten a little rough, but that one wasn't so bad. I'm gonna get a new bottle here pretty soon.
When did you
Rock.
get that one?
What?
When did you get that one?
It's been a while. I only drink it on the show.
Oh, I know that, but I
yeah.
thought you got this recently. That's my brain.
No, it's been a while since I've gotten this thing.
All right.
No,
Well,
I mean we can go back in time. You know what? We actually can go back in time because I did a short of when Terramana, what was this? The Blanco
Blanco, yeah.
review. Let's see when I posted this short. Terramana Blanco review. What's wrong, baby?
I'm delayed enough that I just now heard you saying I drink the whole damn thing.
Well, I didn't. So we're all good. I just gotta watch SmackDown. I can watch SmackDown drunk. That'll be fine.
They released a No Way Out Stephanie McMahon versus Trish Stratus commemorative T-shirt.
Why?
The 25th anniversary No Way Out. What The
Didn't they rewatch that match and they're like, yeah, this sucked. All right, so I got this. Oh, very funny the day that I got this. I should have remembered this. I got this on my birthday.
Oh, it's
September 15th. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how long I've been drinking this, since
Okay, so
September 15th.
So you're basically running through these quarterly. Got it.
Sure, I guess. Yeah. I don't
You'll
know.
be finished in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, probably like 3 more weeks. Yeah, 3 to 4 more
Start
weeks.
putting little lines on every week.
I'm gonna get the not Blanco next time. That was pretty good too. But yeah, yeah.
All right,
James was out. Yeet.
Eat. Anyway, go do what you're going to do today. Go enjoy your day. Folks, enjoy your weekend. We're back Monday. Leave a thumbs up on the way out. For Jeremy Lambert, you know who I am. I just told you who he is. Ladies, gentlemen, friends beyond the binary, we'll see you in the next one.